Today we're going to talk about Clemson and one of their routes that they ran quite a bit out of trips. It really ends up getting to a shallow dig, just your standard air raid concept of shallow dig. We call it a whip dig, all that stuff, whenever we're bringing that shallow from the same side. But right here we'll talk about it and kind of talk the reasons why people might do this. But anyway, what we'd have a dig right here getting to the second level, and then he's squaring it in. And he's got a whip. All right, a lot of people run different ways. We go 3-step slant, 2 in, then we go back out on that whip. And out here I think they have just takeoffs, FORs, goes, whatever you want to say, to get those guys off. What we really do is we run a post right there over the top to hold that safety. A reason why a lot of people would do this is instead of your standard shallow dig where he comes all the way across the field, is it gets there a little bit faster. It's quicker to get there. And then also a lot of people will go shallow or we'll go whip dig, and we'll do that 2x2, do that 3x1. We'll do it a lot of different ways. And the reason why we like that is opposed to like a curl flat is I feel like the whip dig is a little bit more universal. You can use it against man coverage. You got beaters for man, you got beaters for cover 2, you got beaters for cover 3. Whip dig to me is a little bit more universal as opposed to just a curl flat. And whenever you listen to guys like Lincoln Riley, he talks about what we want to do is have most of our offense in every week. That's about 85-90%, so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel every week. And this is kind of one of those routes. So you never have to really reinvent it. You just change who's running what and just have different tags off of it. But right here you can see you got the whip dig. You're basically reading your high-lowing this defender, which now they roll into the box. We're high-lowing this defender if he stays low. Now we're going to that next window with that dig. With that safety down, what we'd really have is we'd have that post over the top. Maybe we'll probably take a shot with that. But right here we'll look at that, and you can see with that whip, that guy's that far off. Never pass up an open receiver, and they give it to him right there for a completion on a 3rd and 4 for an easy first down. We'll continue to look at a little bit of whip dig, shallow, whatever you want to call it, from Clemson this past year. Here's another look from the national championship game. They're running their whip dig over here. They're in 2x2 set, and you can see that underneath coverage he runs that hitch and he widens out, and you see that dig coming in. Again, this is why it's a really good universal route, because you're running against man coverage. It's good against even zone against on the goal line. Again, if you have a big receiver outside, he's able to really go up and get that ball on a high ball, what they have right here. Not perfect coverage, not perfect route, but what they're able to do is they know that, hey, we're long, we're digging across the back of the end zone, we're moving, we can throw that thing high to our big receivers and they can make a play. Here's another way that you can run this whip dig. They're doing that out of a triangle set, just a wide bunch, and we've got that kind of occupied, and he's going out right there. He's going to come, he's going to widen this guy, and he's getting into that window. We would take that safety over the top right there to make sure he stays off. But we'll play it real quick, and you can see what takes place. Number 5, the outside backer, a strong safety. He's staying low, and they bring that dig right in behind him. And you can see the underneath coverage kind of disappears. You got that guy running that vertical. He's trying to wall him. They basically take 3 guys. They have 2 safeties back there, and they have that middle backer running with that seam, so it opens it up for that dig right in the middle of the field for a big play in the national championship game. Here's an example from the national championship game. We got trips to the boundary. We got a whip dig. I believe number 3 receiver is running the dig. He's coming in to his trail and he's getting out. Again, you can see the down distance. We got 3rd and 2 right here, so pretty crucial situation here in the game. And they end up basically getting a one-on-one with the inside linebacker, number 32 right here, and they're able to create spacing and get a pretty easy completion. That's really not a hard throw and catch right there for that guy. With that whip, just a little bit of sell, that corner's really not able to drive down hard on it like if he just ran an out. So right there, he's able to create space and get a completion easily into the boundary for a first down. In this look, Clemson actually runs their whip dig out of a tray set. He ends up getting in behind that guy and coming back out. We got that 4 out there. We'll play it real quick and you can see what takes place. When that tight end releases, it looks like the outside backer's buzzing to the flats real hard for South Carolina right there. And right there, he's able to take 2 for 1 with his dig route, and they're able to open that up with quite a bit of space on that whip. But what you can see is he kind of paces it off the ball so he can get behind that tight end, and then he's able to get out. Once he's able to kind of get that little bit of a rub right there. Again, easy completion, getting your guy in space. Here Clemson's running out of their twin set, and they actually just have him run to the out. We have digs on both sides. He has the hitch, and he's back out. Of course, we run a whip. We go 3 up, 2 in, then we get out. And right here you can see it's a one high look. Basically they rolled their safety down into the box, basically 4-4 cover 3. So it's almost a great coverage to run a curl flat, and that's basically what this is right here, just a curl flat. But again, more universal and able to beat 2 high safety, able to beat 1 high safety, and able to beat man a little bit better than just a curl flat. Here's a look of this same whip dig type action at a 2x2. They're actually running it over here to this side. He actually runs what looks like a hitch. He gets eyes on the quarterback, and then he bursts out trying to open that window, trying to occupy that underneath the finish so he can get a dig in behind. Right here we'll play and see he hitches, then he goes out trying to occupy that guy, tries to make him pause and widen just a little bit so then they can get that dig back into that window. They're able to get that completion before, well, they don't get a completion, but they're able to get the ball through that window. Should have been a completion right there, high-low on that outside backer.